Hello students and welcome back. So in this video we're going to make ourselves a bunch of charts. And now this is a finished product that you see here. I'm going to show you how to get to this step from beginning to end. So first things first, let's just go and put our names on this assignment. So let's get in the habit of doing that. Put our name on it, let's put the date on it. So I'm doing that. And then of course we wind up having, down on the bottom on our sheet, let's also make sure we have our name down there, the typical usual stuff that we do, and we'll be ready to go. Now, as you can see from this example, I have what I'm calculating is I'm calculating Nintendo's total revenue. Now, you don't have to pick Nintendo. That's just something I picked for this assignment, for what I was going to do. I want you to pick whatever company you want to pick. So what you can just go to is you can simply go to Yahoo Finance. You just Google it. And you can look up whatever company you feel like choosing. Maybe you want to choose Apple or Google or Sony or Samsung or whatever. I just always pick NTDOY for these examples just because, I find they have a lot of information on them. So I just go and down here, you'll see this. You have the summary, quick look chart. Just go to the thing that says financials and click it. And what we're looking for is we're looking for this number right here, the total revenue. So that's what we're going to transcribe down over onto your page. Now, first of all, just before we even get there, if you want me to make sure that I can check your numbers, it might be a good idea to also make a hyperlink to something. So let's just say I have I have my title here where I just say, this is, Nintendo's financial charts, okay, or whatever. And of course I'll, merge and center these guys, wrap text, maybe make the font a bit bigger, whatever. Got myself some sort of nice little chart looking. I can also have a thing that just simply says, like, click me to see numbers, or however you want to say it. And of course, I don't have to use a capital S for there, but there we go. So obviously, I'm going to have a couple, I'm just going to have them move over, merge cells again, merge and center. I can just go to this Insert tab. So by the way, we've been working on the Home tab this entire time for the past videos. Now we're going to be working in the Insert tab as well. We're going to be cycling between Home and Insert. I can just simply go and hit Insert, and see that cell that I'm on? I can go and say Insert Link, and it'll go and say, oh, where do you want me to go? So here's the text that I'm displaying, the click me to see numbers. So the address, what's the address? Oh, well, let me just go and copy that and paste it. Okay, and now you see it has that blue underline and whatnot, and I hover over it, it says go here, click once to follow, click and hold to select the cell. Yeah. That is essentially telling me that now I have a clickable link. If I click it, it'll open up slowly, and there it goes. It popped up. So that's how you would wind up making yourself a clickable link. Now then, let's get ourselves this actual data and get it the way it wants to be. So I'm just going to go and make a spot that says total revenue, because we're making the total revenue and we're going to make it go by year. So, one moment, let me just go and, I don't know, I'll bold and underline it, why not? And then I'll, do 2016, 2017, 2018, and up to 2019, because that's currently the numbers that we have. So, underline, bold, and you know what, I'm going to just go ahead and make myself a little line as well, left border, and I'll also make myself a top border. And now you'll see I have myself a little, if I were to zoom in on this, sometimes the keyboard commands don't want to work, but now I have a little line as well that's going like that to separate it as well. So I have information that I can just type in. So the first thing you'll probably want to do is, accurately transcribe the numbers. So let me just scoot this down here just so I can see the numbers while I type them. And I know for 2016, they ended in 504 459,000. And then I have 489,095,000. And then in 2018, they had 1,055,682. And in 2019, they had 1,200,560. Oh, and then a bunch of zeros afterwards. One moment. Why did I forgot the zeros. 0, 0, 0. Yeah, there we go. And now 0, 0, 0. There we go. There. So, but oh, these are just numbers. I don't want numbers because if we look at the rubric says we're going to be having those numbers with no decimals in currency format. Well, let's go into currency format then. So do you remember how to get there? We'll just highlight the cells we want, and it's on the Home tab. Instead of saying General, we'll just go into Currency. And now you see Currency immediately puts decimals in there. So how do I get rid of those decimals? Well, right underneath Currency, you see these two tabs right here? One is Increased Decimal, one is Decreased Decimal. So I'll just decrease and decrease it twice. Decrease, decrease it twice. Decrease it twice. Decrease it twice. Now, also, some things you should know about these numbers. They're actually in thousands on this site. So, basically, this is not 1 million. This is actually 1 billion. So, yeah, there's another 3 zeros added on that they just removed for simplicity's sake. But now that we have ourselves our numbers, we're generally good to go. We can just start making graphs. So let's just go to the Insert tab, and I'm just going to click and highlight the information I want. So you're going to have the total revenue, the years up top, and I'm going to have these numbers in here. And I'll just simply go, and on this Insert tab, I've got, pivot table, table, illustrations, add-ins, charts. Oh, and look, and I got all these different types of charts I can make. I'm just going to go and select a column chart. And it's going to go, what type of column? Do you want sideways? Do you want a 2D bar, 3D column? I'm just going to go with a 2D column. And it already has, it popped it in. It popped in the information right there, and it recognized that this is one category of rows, this is another category, this is that. So it's really important you have one blank thing right here in the top left so that it automatically understands what's happening. Okay? If you do not have that blank thing on the top left, let's just say you do this instead and you highlight this instead, and you try to go to Insert, and you just go and make the same chart, it's instead going to give you something like this, where it doesn't understand it, because it goes, oh, these are all numbers. And you notice there's a Series 1 and a Series 2. Those 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019 are actually the blue bars, but they're so teeny tiny you can't even see them because the rest are in millions. Or, hundreds of thousands. So, yeah, that's why you have that Series 1, Series 2. It thinks that these are both 2 data point types. It thinks there's 8 bits of data, not 4. So, you make sure you highlight the entire thing, and you need a blank spot in the top left corner for this to work. And you can go in and you can go into 2D column, and it'll easily make that as is. And there you go, you have one type of chart. But, we've got, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, and we've got ourselves our little bars like that. Now, if you need to, you notice how up here there's this chart design and format? New things will appear on the ribbon as it sees fit. So right now I have this chart clicked, so now I have the chart design and the chart format options available. If I click outside of it, they go away. But if I click back into it, I have the chart design and the chart format back right here, and I can select between different types of charts, like maybe I want it to be a blue sketchy one, or maybe I want to have that outline look, and I could also switch the columns and rows. So instead, now I have total revenue down there instead, and I have the years elsewhere, so I can just switch it again. Now I have the years at the bottom. I can do that. I can also go to select data, and I can go and change what data I have selected. So if you do make that mistake, you can just simply go and say, no, wait a minute, let me just go and type in and click and drag what data I want. So I can just click and drag, and now it says, that's the data I have. Now that data I have is absolutely nothing, so when I hit OK, it'll give me absolutely nothing. But I can just go back to select data, and instead I'll just go and say, there's my data again. I selected it, hit OK, and now it's back to the way it needs to be. So there's that. So we got one done. We've got one done. So I'll just move this guy. I'll just zoom this guy out a little bit. And I'll just move him over here just for the time being, just so when I zoom in, you see it in a... Oops. You'll see it a bit closer. So let's plus. And there we go. Move it back over some. So now, same thing. We got that chart by going into the Insert menu. So let's go to Insert. And once again, let's just highlight what we want to have. And this time, instead of doing a column chart, let's go to a pie chart. And it's going to go, what type of pie chart do I want? Do I want a donut? Do I want a 2D pie? Do I want 3D? I'm just going to use a 2D pie. And I'll just click 2D pie. And now, I have myself another chart. And this chart is once again showing me the total percentage based on those years. Now, of course, you'll notice on mine, I have percentages on it. So how do we go about getting those percentages? Well, you notice how we have, since we have this chart picked, we have a chart design. We can just go and check the one that has percentages. And now you'll see that 2016 was 16% of the profit. 2017 was 15. 2019 was 37%. And 2018 is, 32%. So yay, you're able to see that, and now you can do it like that. And I'll just move this guy away as well, just so I can go and get to the next chart. So, third time's a charm. What type of chart did I need? Let's take a look. Oh, look, it looks like it's a line chart. So, I bet you if I just highlight my information once again, go to Insert, and this time I picked myself a line chart. This time, I can go and say, well, what type of line do I want? Oh, do I want line? Do I want stacked line? I'm just going to pick a normal, simple line chart. And now, I have a chart that has a line on it. And look at that. There's the total revenue, and there's a line increasing it, all that sort of fun stuff. Now, if by any chance you don't have, a title, you can also, once again, going into the format and chart design, you can go and add a title. Or if you want to, you can always just change the name manually if there's one that exists or whatnot. So I can say, like, this is Nintendo yearly total revenue or something like that. And there we go, and I have myself a new title that I want named on it. So, we're just taking a look here. Does it look like we have everything we need to have? I'm pretty sure we're good. Just double check with the rubric. The rubric says we have revenue in currency format with no decimals. We have an accurate column chart with money on the side and years at the bottom. An accurate pie chart with years on the side with a title, years to the side, and percentages inside the pie. We've created a line chart with a title, years at the bottom, and money on the side. Yes. Yes. And yes, it has a title and years on the side with percentages. So in that case, that would mean, in this scenario, I have made all three charts that I need to make to successfully have this assignment. Oops, I clicked and dragged the wrong part. So just, try to keep them a little bit closer to each other so that they're fit on one page if you were to print it out. And we're good. We can save this and submit this through Moodle, and I'll see you in the next video where we will be using these exact same numbers from the financial chart, but we'll be using it for something else. So whatever company you picked, remember to save those numbers and remember where you found it. Thank you very much.